Chapter 4. Fliss opened her eyes as the coach swung into a tight turn which nearly catapulted her into the aisle. "What's happening? Where are we?" "Pickering," said Lisa. "We're stopping. You've been asleep ages." Fliss looked out. They were rolling onto a big car park with a wall around it. As the coach stopped, Mr. Hepworth stood up at the front. "This is Pickering," he said, "and we're making a toilet stop." His eyes swept along the coach and locked on those of a boy near the back. "A toilet stop, Keith Halliday, not a shopping stop, not a sightseeing stop, not a let's buy a packet of greasy fish and chips, scoff the lot before Circe's and then throw up all over the coach stop. Have I made myself quite clear?" "Sir." "Right. The toilets," he pointed, "are down there at the bottom of the car park. To get to them, you have to go out onto the pavement. It's a very busy road, and I don't want to see anybody trying to cross it. Neither do I want to see the boys going into the ladies' toilets or the girls into the gents. Have I said something funny, Andrew Roberts?" "No, sir." "Right." He looked at his watch. "It's 11:10. The coach will leave here at 20 past on the dot. Make sure you're on it, because it's a long walk back to Bradford." "When we get back on," whispered Fliss to Lisa, "it's my turn for the window seat, right?" Lisa nodded. "You feeling better then?" "Yeah, thanks. I had a lovely sleep." "I know. You missed lots, though. There was this field, a sloping field with millions of poppies. The whole field was red. It was ace." When Fliss got back on the coach, there was no sign of Lisa. She sat down and watched the kids straggling across the tarmac in the warm sunshine. Soon, everyone was back on board, except her friend. The driver had started the engine and Mrs. Marriott was counting heads when Lisa emerged from behind the toilet block and came hurrying towards the coach. As she clambered aboard, Mr. Hepworth looked at his watch. "What time did I say that we would be leaving, Lisa Watmore?" Some of the children were sniggering and Lisa blushed. 25 past, sir. I forgot the time, sir." "You forgot the time. Well, for your information, it is now 26 minutes to 12, and we'll be lucky if we arrive at the hotel by midday, which is when we're expected. The meal, which is being prepared, might well be ruined, and it'll be your fault, Lisa Watmore." He bent forward suddenly, peering at her jeans. "What have you got in there?" Something was making a bulge in the pocket of Lisa's jeans, and she was trying to conceal it with her hands. "Nothing, sir." "Take it out and give it to me." It's just this, sir." She pulled out an object wrapped in tissue paper and handed it over. The teacher stripped away the wrapping to reveal a green plastic torch, the shape of a dragon. The bulb and its protective glass were in the dragon's gaping mouth. Mr. Hepworth held up the torch using only his thumb and forefinger and looked at it with an expression of extreme distaste. Did you bring this thing with you from home, Lisa Watmore?" "No, sir." "Ah, then I suppose it's a little kiosk inside the ladies' toilets where patrons can do a bit of shopping. Am I right?" "No, sir." The teacher frowned. "Then I'm afraid I don't understand. You didn't bring it in from home and you didn't get it from the ladies' toilets. You haven't been anywhere else, yet here it is. Perhaps you laid it, like a hen lays eggs. Did you?" "No, sir." "Then what did you do?" "I went in a shop, sir." "You did what?" "I went in a shop, sir." And what did I say about shopping, Lisa Watmore, just before you got off the coach? I don't know, sir. You don't know, and neither do I. But here's something I do know. This evening, when the rest of the group is listening to a story in the hotel lounge, you will be in your room writing 2 apologies. 1 to the children for having kept them waiting, and 1 to me for disobeying my instructions. When both apologies have been written to my satisfaction, this torch will be returned to you. In the meantime, you can leave it with me. Go to your seat. What the heck did you do that for? Whispered Fliss as Lisa slid into her seat. Lisa was one of those girls who seldom stepped out of line and was rarely in trouble at school. She shook her head miserably. I don't know, Fliss. I don't even need a torch. I got a better one at home. You'll think I'm crazy, but I couldn't help it. It was though my feet were going by themselves. Oh, don't you start, groaned Fliss. What do you mean? Nothing, forget it. She looked out of the window. They passed a sign. North Yorkshire Moors National Park. The coach was climbing. Fliss gazed out of the green as the green pasture gave way to treeless desolation. She shivered. So Fliss responded to Lisa by saying, "Oh, don't you start. Why was she so upset? What was it that Lisa had said that had made her feel so uneasy?" Have a little think. She shook her head miserably. I don't know, Fliss. I don't even need a torch. I've got a better one at home. You'll think I'm crazy, but I couldn't help it. It was though my feet were going by themselves. If you remember back to the first chapter that we read, when we heard about Fliss's dream, she had this feeling all the way through that she wasn't in control of her own feet. And now we're beginning to get that parts of her dream beginning to replay themselves out in real life, which Fliss has obviously realised. And what other aspects, I wonder, will start to replay themselves. We'll read a little bit more over the next couple of days. So we're up to chapter 5 next. Okay, guys, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you have a good day. I'll be popping in throughout the day to see how you're doing. All right, take care. See you later.